there's a time and place for everything in business, especially small business, contracting, handyman. Politics is no different, but there's a few catches. We're going to get into them right now. And we're back. So basically, you guys, I have the motto, and I didn't make this up, but I think I seen it on a video somewhere. But if the slogan's like, if the cash is there, we do not care. And pretty much, I mean, I'm in business to make money, and obviously I'm in a customer service business. That's pretty much the gist of it. I know everybody gets, everything about politics, but I can guarantee you one thing, you guys. What I realize, and I think somebody else told me as well, is like the politics on the federal level will not really affect your business nearly as much as the politics on the local government level. That's your HOAs, that's your local townships. Those are what's probably going to, if they're trying to build a subdivision or something going in, and that's obviously work, and that's obviously other things, you need to pay attention to that all far more than say who's the president. I have my own personal beliefs. Obviously, I am a Republican, but at the same time, I'm not one of those MAGA crazy people, and definitely not a Democrat. But I'll tell you this right now, you guys, my best customer, period, ever, that I've ever had was a Democrat. And I mean, that's just the way it goes. And some of the worst customers that I've had are Republicans. And that has different things, different red flags for those customers. It just so happens that they were Trump supporters and whatnot. So I don't care about a customer's political view. Back in the day, before, when I was doing the DirecTV 10, 15 years ago, I think now, geez, it's been so long. But I was going into houses, drugs. I mean, meth. I went into one meth lab. I'm there. I was there just to do a service so I can get paid on piece rate. So if I could have been like, no, I'm not doing it because whatever, I feel unsafe, but I wanted the money. And absolutely, like I say, as long as I'm not walking into somebody kidnap, something crazy illegal, I don't care. I'm just going to do the job, get paid, and get out of there. And that's basically what I did. 150% what I recommend to everybody else to a certain extent. Now, with customers and their political views, sometimes I'm sure most of them, like you probably know, like most of the Trump people and even some of the Democrats with the Biden and Kamala, they want to tell you everything about everything. I honestly, I'm there to do a service. Like you should be like, hey, I don't care about who's in the office right now. All I only care about is, do you need that addition built in your house? Do you need your kitchen remodeled? That's all that matters. And we have obviously a contract and a payment schedule because that's all that matters. I don't care about everything else. But obviously inflation is something real. That's one thing I've seen in the last couple of years. You can blame it on whoever you want to. I know COVID had a problem. Remember when I think OSB was like freak. I mean, it was like $35, $40 a sheet for 7/16 OSB, and it's supposed to be like $8 a sheet. So yeah, inflation's a real thing, and you need to pass that cost along to the customers. That's why I don't do on-site consults for free. I don't spend 1,000 hours with a customer before, even somebody who's not even a customer, but they really are just wanting a price or something. I'm not going to spend 1,000 hours for free. It is you got a square footage price, and that's it. I have a lot of people reach out to me like, hey, I want to build a barn. I want to build a house. I want to do this. I'm like, cool. My first question is like, hey, do you have the architectural plans? Do you have plans? And 90% of them do not, which means they haven't invested any other money into the task at hand they want a price for. Now, the 10%, I know if they reach out to me, hey, I got plans. Oh, fantastic. I'm going to take them a lot more seriously because they've already invested their time and money into actually designing something that they want me to quote out. And it's a lot easier to give an accurate estimate with plans for something. So, and that goes with decks. That goes with a lot of things. Customers can come in. I had one customer that didn't even call me for an estimate until he already had the kitchen cabinets. We were doing a kitchen already ordered and en route, basically. Like he called me up and said, yeah, kitchen cabinets are already ordered. I'm going to have them in 2 weeks. I need somebody to actually do the work. Great. Awesome. Send me over the schematic that they sent you. Gave me an estimate, hired me. We're in there in a week before. It was pretty smooth operation besides a couple things here and there, but like every project, absolutely, that's the way you want to do it. And politics have nothing to do with it. Now, local politics, like I said before, little different story. You want to pay attention to, what your local township's doing. Like in my area where, there was like a couple of restaurants supposed to be, tentatively going to be built, blah, blah, blah. As a contractor, I kind of want to know those things. Like, hey, maybe I can throw my hat in the ring for certain things, blah, blah, blah. But it got killed because I think one was a noise and smell ordinance. Or I forget what it was. Those politics matter to you as locally, because that's jobs in your area that are no longer going to be in your area, right? Basically, you guys, you want to keep it simple with customers. Absolutely let the customer talk. Do not overshare. Like most customers don't even know that, I'm a registered Republican. Like it doesn't even come up. Absolutely does not come up. I don't care. They probably don't care. They just want somebody to do the job, do it right, and then move on to the next project. And hopefully that's me, not always, because sometimes, I have problems, but it is what it is. But customers love talking about themselves. Just keep them talking about themselves. Ask them open-ended questions. Let them talk. And then until it's time not to talk, shut up and then basically get to work. Going back on that inflation topic, you guys, my estimates have a 30-day valid just time for them. I had a customer reach out to me a couple months ago, and the estimate was from like September, October of last year, 2023. It is currently July 2024. So I had to go, I didn't even remember them. So I had to go back and look like cool, kind of go back and revise it a little bit, adjust it if I need to for costs, because the estimate, if like you should be, they have a valid area. Because of inflation, things change, scope of work changes. You might be too busy to do something. There's a different pain in the butt factor you may have forgot about. The estimates are not good for forever, of course. And, having that CRM or whatever you're using, I use Jobber. Quick little punch with Jobber here. There's like a little spot for customer notes on every one of them. I have a couple things like, permits not included but can be pulled. Estimates only good for 30 days from the issue date. There's small things like that. If you don't have a CRM, I'd highly recommend you guys check out Jobber. I'll leave a link in the description below and maybe a link down here. You guys can take a look at it if you want to copy it or just, screenshot it. It is absolutely one of those better CRMs out there for small businesses, contractors, professional lawn care companies, pretty much everybody really. That you can scope, you can scale it up. They do have a discount as well, plus free trials, of course. But I use it. I don't even have to put it in there. It's automatically in there, and I don't even have to think about it. It's already there because you don't want to be thinking about every one of those estimates you're sending out. And they know, hey, it's only valid. And they reach out to me, hey, I know it's not valid anymore, but what can we do? Adjust the price a little bit. We won the project. We're good to go. We're going to be starting that in probably 3 or 4 weeks, give or take. And we're just moving on. And with that, guys, with the closing, honestly, just keep politics out of your business unless you absolutely have to. I don't think this doesn't even matter, especially in the contracting, lawn care, whatever you guys are at. It doesn't matter. You're there to provide a service. Keep it simple. You're there to do something. There's been jobs where I literally don't even do any change orders. Like, hey, I'm here to do this, this, and this. That is it. There's no change orders because I don't want to be here anymore. If they're a flaming liberal Republican, you absolutely don't like them at all, just take their money and move on to the next job. Do everything, send your invoices, cover your butt, make sure everything's good to go with your CRM, and you're done. Absolutely. There's been jobs, I don't know how many times, like where I'm like, I'm just going to be done here. We're done with doing this. And I literally just fired a customer not too long ago, and I'm like, there's no more change orders and we're not doing anything. We're going to get what you paid for done. And that is it. And that's the way you should be with politics. Just leave it out of your business. There's really, local is different because obviously people are like, hey, we saw you on the, the local paper or whatever. There's certain things with that, but the federal politics and even the main state politics, it really has no place in business. If you wanted to keep it a well-oiled, well-lubed machine, just estimates, collect deposit, do work, collect your final payments, move on to the next one. It doesn't really matter.